Tennessee Valley. Welcome back to this Friday morning.
Good morning, Miss Ma'am. And the emphasis there is on Friday morning.
Friday morning, the 13th.
It is Friday the 13th.
Some of those superstitious people that, yes.
Yeah, and I'm one of them. Okay, this
Are
is
you?
bound
I was
to go
going to
bad.
ask you that if you were one of those.
I am one of those. I don't like Friday the 13th. I should have pulled the covers over my head this morning.
Well, let's see. We get finished here, you can call in sick and go back to bed.
I may do that. Shh, don't tell the
I
boss.
won't tell anybody. I won't tell anybody.
You don't know anybody to tell, but there happens to be an
not.
audience behind those cameras back there. You all will keep my secret, won't you? Yeah, of course you will.
Too many people have your number. They'll be calling you.
Oh, yeah, they will. Yeah, it's probably already started. I feel my pocket vibrating as we speak.
Early.
Yes,
Never
it
ending.
is.
Yeah, that's right.
But I would love to say that James had the day off today, but he's already working alive somewhere. What's he doing today?
We're keeping him busy.
He's a busy guy. James is a busy fella.
Keep him busy. It keeps him out of my hair.
And out of trouble.
That's right.
That's always a good thing. At least you'll have the advantage of always knowing where your husband is at the moment. So.
Somebody told me that I have 3 children, and I was like, that is correct.
2 small ones and 1 big one, right?
One very big one.
Mm-hmm. I think my wife would agree with you. She's probably in about the same shape.
Most wives will say that.
Well, but your wife and my wife have one thing in common in the fact that you are the only female in the household.
Only female.
I'm given to understand that that's some kind of disadvantage. I don't know why.
I don't know why it would be either.
Of course not.
Let's see, my experience in working in daycare with little girls, I'll keep my boys. Girls are fine, but I'll keep my boys.
I'll have to agree with that. I'll have to agree with that. But I will say that it's kind of in a reverse pattern, because as boys get older, then they become more problems. You know, my kids were really sweet when they were babies, then they grew up and they became monsters. But from what I understand, little girls are kind of the opposite from that. And
I see.
they might be feisty when they're little, but as they mature and get older, they become sweeter natured. So.
Well, James grew up in a house full of sisters, and he doesn't like the girl thing either.
So he got what he wanted.
Yes, so lots of prayers went up for boys. On those 2 occasions.
Well, there is proof positive then that prayer is something that works. So there you go.
Exactly.
He got what he wanted.
He got what he wanted. Our heart's desires.
For good or bad, he got what he wanted.
Yeah, we've got some replicas there of his personality.
Yeah, you definitely do. You definitely do. I'll have to admit, though, you've got some pretty babies. That Captain Smokescreen, though, I think he is going to be the spitting image of James when he gets a little older. So.
He is. He's been since day one.
Oh, really?
Since day one.
That's a funny thing, because when my oldest son was born, there was some talk in the news lately. I believe it was Michael Bublé was talking to some reporters about how that he didn't instantly fall in love with his baby that was just recently born, the minute that he saw it. And I guess a lot of guys probably feel like that. I think a woman, by the time that their baby's born, they already know that child. But, a daddy's having to learn this child, to meet this child and get to know it, from that point. But I knew the minute that my oldest son was brought into the nursery, I could look at him, and there was kind of an immediate bond, because I could look at him and see that's my child. Because even, just minutes old, he looked like me. There was no way I could deny this baby. Anybody could look at it and tell that was my child. So that did kind of create a little bit of a bond between me and my first.
I think that's probably why him and Simon are close, too.
I wouldn't doubt.
When Simon was very small, he could sense his daddy before his daddy arrived. It was just it was amazing. People noticed it.
It wasn't his cologne or anything, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Well, all right. I guess that does work.
James showed up to daycare to pick him up, and Simon had his back to the door, had no clue, and the caregiver said Simon stopped what he was doing and turned and looked at the door, and in a moment his daddy came around the corner.
Oh, really?
She said that kid can sense his father.
Okay, was it a look of fright or a look of joy?
No, a look of joy. It was a look of joy. He knew it meant something special. Daddy's showing up at a different time to pick him up.
Yeah, well,
there was that bond.
Probably early on there would have been a look of joy, but probably these days it would be a look of you know.
Uh-oh, what I do.
Uh-oh, what did I do?
Yes,
but anyway.
exactly. Well, I guess enough about us personally.
Oh, okay. All right.
Sorry, folks.
We can talk about other things. It's early.
It is early. It is early.
Mm-hmm.
We had to rise early this morning, get the day going.
Well, but let's talk about what's going on then. Let's actually deliver a little news.
Exactly, exactly. There is a free health fair coming up today from 9 to 3, and it's at the Etowah Area Senior Center, and that's on 7th Street across from the library and City Hall. It's at the Fellowship Hall of the First Christian Church there.
Right. And that is in Etowah, correct?
That is in Etowah, and it is free.
Yeah.
And although it's at the Senior Citizen, they tell me that anyone can come to this event.
Oh, I'm sure I'm close enough. Yep, definitely. But we're going to be hearing some more about this here in a moment. One of our guests today is going to be at this particular event, and I'm going to let her tell you more about what she's going to be doing there, but you'll be hearing more about that in just a few minutes.
Right, and there's tons of screenings that they're offering, which are great. I told you I need the memory screening. I can't remember anything.
Oh, I'd forgot that already, so
yes,
I need it too. Okay.
Yeah, see? There you go.
Yep.
It already works. But, blood pressure, cholesterol, cystic depression, mammogram information appointment set up for the ladies. That's a good one. I mean, there's just too many to mention really here.
And all those screenings are free, all of them?
It says vendors will provide free screenings.
Wow, cool. So, yeah, so you definitely, if you have any suspicions at all, you need to get out to that.
Oh, it's there's a prescription disposal facility there as well. So
that's cool.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Because we just don't want to dump those out.
I know, and I know for years I did it without even thinking about it before, and really when you think about it, there, heaven knows what you're dumping into our water supply. So yeah, that's a very good thing. Yeah, especially the mixing together part, because with me it was never just one. I'd chuck 3 or 4 at a time when I'd clean out the medicine cabinet. So that's a very good thing. Glad to hear they're doing that.
Yes, that would, if you didn't know that, you wouldn't take them with you. So
this is true. This is true.
Very good.
Gather all those old bottles up and be sure and take them with you to this event.
Definitely. And speaking of our guests.
Are we going to speak of our guests, or we just mean you're going to talk the rest?
We've got great guests today.
We do have great guests today. We have 2 ladies here that are professional women that they have come to tell us a little bit about what they do, and I think that one of our guests has brought some of her product to show, and you're going to enjoy that. As a matter of fact, we need to save, it's Kim Curran of Kim Curran Creations, but we need to save what she does for a surprise for later.
That's right.
Because she does something very special, very unique, and something I'm sure is going to be of interest to all our viewers out there.
Especially with the holidays coming up.
Absolutely, with the holidays coming up. Gift alert, there's going to be ideas. I'm not going to be Kmart and start touting shop for Christmas now. But, hey, it is coming up.
Her Facebook page said 15 shopping Saturdays till Christmas.
Oh, she's counting them down.
I saw that and I was like, wow.
Did I mention that Kim is also a tenant at the Cleveland Bradley Innovation Center? See, that's how our tenants things start early.
Exactly.
Be prepared.
Be prepared.
There you go.
That's right.
But we're also going to have Brenda Gossett, who is a returning guest. Brenda is with Massage and Body Works of Cleveland. She is housed in the Cleveland Bradley Business Incubator, and she does something called the Bowen Technique. She's going to be telling us a little bit about that and about this event that she was good enough to bring to our attention. And I think we're going to have a great show.
I think so. We always have a great show.
Yep. So should we take a commercial and come back?
I think we should.
Let's do that. Let's go to a commercial, and we'll be back in a few minutes with our first guest. Give everybody a chance to go and grab another cup of coffee and then curl back up on the couch and let us entertain you this morning.
Town Americana, where trucks are big and bold, and a handshake is firm, and your word is gold. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens is a $2,000 drive. Maybe you're coming from here or here, doesn't matter. Buying a truck from Don Ledford in Athens will save you at least $2,000 bucks. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens, a $2,000 drive worth making.
I'll take that drive every time.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100.
Are you having trouble filing for disability?
Seems no one is concerned about your pain, the waiting, the denials.
While some representatives will meet with you in court, we will meet with you now to discuss your plan. We'll review with you the same file that the judges will see. Call us now. Social Security Law Center at Logan Thompson.
You're entitled to better.
This segment of Tennessee Valley This Morning is brought to you by Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland and 2120 Chapman Road, Chattanooga. For your next new or previously owned vehicle, make it Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, the better way to buy.
Welcome back, folks, and we're very excited to have a returning guest, Brenda Gossett, with us today. Welcome again.
Thank you and good morning.
Good morning
to you, and thank you for being here today.
It's a little early, but you know, hey, it's a
We
good
all got to
cause.
make these little sacrifices, you know, for the good of good television. That's what has to happen.
It had to be early because I'll be at the health fair later.
This is true. Now, when does that begin?
It starts at 9 and
Now-
it ends at 3.
Okie dokie, but you know, we'll get into that in a minute. First of all, we want to talk about your business because your business really is basically new, or at least new to the business incubator, correct?
It is a new business, and I offer the Bowen technique. I'm also a licensed massage therapist, but I do a little of both. So, well, I do a lot of both.
A lot of both, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, it helps people, it helps their bodies, it helps to relieve pain and stress. I can usually, within 3 to 6 treatments, alleviate a lot of chronic issues, things that, if it's pre or post-surgical situations. Bowen therapists are used widely on the West Coast in almost every hospital. I've been informed that they are very prevalent in the hospitals.
Really?
So it's becoming accepted and more knowledgeable of it, and that's a good thing.
Well, it is a very good thing. Now, I know that you have spent quite a bit of time learning this technique, and you had to actually go to Orlando, Florida, to learn the technique.
Yeah.
And I was going to say, for those of us, and I'm sure plenty of people out in the audience that are unfamiliar with what the Bowen technique is, can you explain that to us in a little bit more?
It is a muscle rolling technique. You would basically, it's very gentle. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't need to hurt. And it allows your body to basically reset itself. And it locks in energy. It helps incorporate circulation, lymph flow, blood flow, and it helps the body to relax. Most often people leave with a big smile on their face and they don't care about a whole lot. They feel much, much better. I've seen people leave without a cane that they came in with.
Wow.
And that was really impressive. Little babies that have colic, people with fibromyalgia, there's a host, like I said, a list. Asthma, hay fever, I have people that come down. I am at the business incubator, so I just leave my door open and people will come by and say, can you help me with this, or could you help me with that? And so, you know, when you have a gift, I feel like it's best to share it with others, and it's a responsibility. And so I feel like that's what I was meant to do, And so I proudly, that's what I do.
Stacey was asking me earlier, or it may even have been yesterday, I've slept since then, so I'm forgetting, but how exactly does Bowen technique differ from a regular massage?
You can leave your clothes on. There's only 2 moves that it would require you to disrobe, and it may be just to take off a shirt. And so other than that, for people that have, you know, restrictions, you can sit in a chair, you can lie down, you can side lie, you can stand. If there's no contraindications, it cannot hurt you. So there's, you know, some things like with massage, if you're on antibiotics or you have an infection or there's, you know, certain conditions with edema, I can help relieve the swelling. So the symptoms, it helps with symptoms specifically to alleviate a lot of things that are caused by specific illnesses. In fibromyalgia, it helps relieve the pain. You know, it's not going to cure it, but it can get you comfortably from point A to point B. You know, and I have people that have called me back, you know, after they get under control, they'll call me back maybe in a year and say, hey, I'm having an issue. A lady called me back today and she said, I'm going on a mission trip and I've been kind of dealing with this and I don't want it to flare up. She's going overseas and she's not going to be able to carry some of the things that she uses to make herself comfortable along the way. So she said, I'd like to go ahead and just nip this in the bud. So.
Wow, that sounds like my kind of massage, don't it?
It's just, it's very, very gentle. And a lot of times I even incorporate it when I'm doing therapeutic massage because a lot of times it's going to be a whole lot to get that muscle to release. And in this instance, with a very gentle movement, oftentimes they don't even know. And they're like, did you do something? And yeah, you can get a massage and you will be sometimes comfortable, sometimes fall asleep. But if I do a massage and I also do a half and half with Bowen, they just melt. It's just a give me. It's gonna happen. It's very, very comforting and soothing. It's your body dealing with your body, so it's not invasive for somebody to, you know, perform something else. It's just, it's taking care of itself. Nothing knows your body better than your brain and God, so. It is. It's the closest thing to a miracle that I've ever seen, besides the Grand Canyon and birth. There you have it.
She summed it up right
I think she did.
That's
very
pretty
nicely.
impressive stuff right there, yeah.
Yes.
So your clientele, they find you at the Business Incubator, and why don't you tell our audience how that they can get in touch with you before we move on to the other things you came to talk about today?
Okay, I have a 24/7, 365 number of 423-506-1670, and then my office number is 423-478-6489.
Wonderful.
Impressive, a 24/7 number.
24/7
Very
number.
Well, I have a lot of people that call me and they're like, I can't move. I can't, I have you know, there's something they have to go do, or their child has injured themselves on the ball field, or, you know, they have to have an event and they can't, you know, do what they need to do, or they've re-injured themselves and they're like, can you please? Yeah, I can.
Yeah, I remember. It seems like that we had an appointment, or you were scheduled to do something together, and you had an emergency call that you had to go and take.
Yeah.
A week or so ago.
It happens, you know. It's just, you know, or I'll have a family member that already sees me, and then they'll be like, okay, my husband, you know, he hurt his back, or, you know, little Jimmy did this or that, and I'm like, sure, you know, why not? So.
Well,
that's a great service.
That is a great service, but I'll tell you something even better. Is she, since Brenda's been with the Business Incubator, she has been networking, as you know, with a lot of the tenants that are in the Business Incubator and the Innovation Center. And Brenda has started a networking group that meets bi-monthly. Am I still correct?
That's right. Every other Monday. We are meeting in the conference room. And
now this is the conference room in the Business Incubator in the main building.
Yes, room 202, right next to my office in 204.
Which makes it convenient.
It is convenient, it is. And we call it the practical networking group because it's so practical. It literally only takes a little bit of your time, and you can eat lunch with us.
Now this group is not limited to just incubator tenants, correct? This
Oh,
is
no.
open to any business owner or any individual that wants to come and be part, correct?
Yeah, we embrace everyone. We want everybody, because our goal is to promote our businesses and educate people and encourage others along. So we have invited and had people that are consumers. We've had people who are new to the area, just so that they can get to know business owners and others personally, in a casual setting. We have speakers that come in. They come in. They call me usually in advance. We go ahead and set them up. We're set up. We have some openings if anybody would like to go ahead and get on the schedule to speak. We can do it. You can have up to an hour or so. Maybe not 2 hours, but whatever it takes. We have people that in the group right now are kind of, exposing us to some of the things that they do more in depth, and it's amazing.
Well, I've been hearing really good things about it. I mean, I've been getting reports that every time that you've had a meeting, it's been a little bit bigger than the one before.
It
and
is.
A few
It's
more
growing.
people there than the one before. So it appears that people like what they hear anyway.
Well, I like it because it's not just staunched. We have room to grow. We're flexible. I encourage people to let us know what they like and let us know what they don't like, because if it's a group that's run by the group. So it's not just mine or I'm in charge. It's everybody. All the input that we can have, volunteers help with whatever they'd like to do and which direction they'd like to see it go, is the most important thing.
And the timing's convenient too, because having it at lunchtime, and I gather that you invite people to bring their own lunch and have lunch there at
Absolutely, yes, do. Bring your lunch and a beverage, and invite other people to come with you. So if you have a friend and you think that they may benefit, or you have somebody that is looking to speak, at an engagement and further their business, or...
So you're really not taking any time out of your day, you're just going to have lunch with friends.
Exactly.
Well, wonderful then.
And
now,
it's free.
That's the best part. That's about where I was going. It is free of charge to anybody who wants to join, correct?
True. Absolutely.
Okay, well, great. Well, now let them know how that they can get in touch with you if they'd like to come to one of the next meetings.
Oh, the number's 423-506-1670. And we contact each other through email. And I'll come back and I'll give you that information, because we're trying to set up a Facebook as well.
Okay.
Okay, so.
Well, in the meantime, let me just help you out there. If you would like more information, you can also call the incubator offices at 423-478-6476, or you could email me and I will print it out and take a copy of it to Brenda, since she doesn't have a computer at the moment. And that email address is h@cbbi.net. That ought to be simple enough to remember.
Thank you so much.
Okay, no, thank you.
Everybody come to the health fair, because I will be giving away coupons for a discount on Bowen. So, and that'll be the only place that you can get them right now, as well as I'll be doing Bowen there for free.
You will be.
For today, until noon. So.
All right, and tell us again what the times are.
It starts at 9, and I will be there till noon, so you're going to have to hurry up, get on down there and give it a shot.
Okay, you got to finish up your coffee, everybody, and get dressed, get down there. It starts at 9 o'clock, and you'll be there until noon.
Yeah, I'll be there till noon.
Are you going to be actually practicing there, or just giving gift certificates, or?
Both. I'll be
You're
there.
going to be doing both.
I'll have 2 people in chairs, and they just sign up, and that's free.
Wonderful.
I just felt like some good exposure would be good. As far as I know, I'm the only one in the region doing it, and there's just a lot of people that could use some help, so I figured, why not?
Why not? That's right. Well, Brenda, thanks for being here with us today. Thanks so much. Now, I'm going to take Stacey backstage and calm her down a little bit. She's talking way too much. But we've got a great guest coming up next, and right after you get back with your freshened cup of coffee and these commercial messages, we're going to introduce you to Kim Curran of Kim Curran Creations. Right after this, stay with us.
Town Americana, where trucks are big and bold, and a handshake is firm, and your word is gold. Don Lefford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens is a $2,000 drive. Maybe you're coming from here or here, doesn't matter. Buying a truck from Don Ledford in Athens will save you at least $2,000. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens, a $2,000 drive worth making.
I'll take that drive every time.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100.
Are you having trouble filing for disability?
Seems no one is concerned about your pain, the waiting, the denials.
While some representatives will meet with you in court, we will meet with you now to discuss your plan. We'll review with you the same file that the judges will see. Call us now. Social Security Law Center at Logan Thompson.
You're entitled to better.
This segment of Tennessee Valley This Morning is brought to you by Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland and 2120 Chapman Road, Chattanooga. For your next new or previously owned vehicle, make it Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, the better way to buy.
Welcome back, folks, and we're very excited today to have Kim Curran from Kim Curran Creations here. And been trying to get you on the show.
Our schedule's
just doesn't work out.
It hasn't worked out, but thank you very much for being patient.
We're excited. We're excited that you're here today, and perfect timing because I see some fall items here that's going to get the folks' attention.
There are some fall items.
First of all, let's tell folks what you do.
Oh,
let's start
okay.
with
All
that.
right.
I got
all right.
excited. I'm sorry.
Well, it's okay. It's exciting.
It is.
It's kind of multifaceted. I use repurposed glass to make plates, platters, trays, a variety of things, and you can see a bottle. Can we do that or not?
Oh, I'll hold up the bottle. You guys talk and I'll hold this up here.
This was a bottle, probably came from Catch. I will have to mention them. Catch here in Cleveland saves all their bottles for me. And this is just a spoon rest. I've put it in the kiln and slumped it, and it's a spoon rest, or you could use it. Use it to put olives in or whatever.
I was going to say,
sure.
I mean, it's got a convenient handle. You could use this for a lot of things, but yeah, she's got the spoon laying in here.
I also have recently started collecting broken glass from Tennessee waterways, and I'm making those into pendants. And I didn't bring one of those with me, although maybe later we can find one. But and also, I've just recently started doing the night lights with broken bottles.
Okay, that's
you can see that, the top of a bottle. That probably came out of Mouse Creek.
Okay.
So
that is so neat.
That's kind of what I'm doing with the bottles. I also use new glass and fuse the glass in the kilns, and you can see here just a variety of plates. I do night lights. I do well, the 12 by 12 inch platters, bowls, pendants. Coasters.
I love this one in the front. Was you going for the one with the cat? Okay, we can share this one.
That's right.
Stacey and I were reaching for the same one, but you can see the little kitty cat face over here in the corner. So some of these are seasonal very much too, I believe, because I see one here that has a little ghosty on it. So
that would definitely be seasonal. Although cat lovers will buy that at any time.
Yeah, and that definitely, certainly my wife, she would love something like that.
I did originally make that for Halloween, but I've sold them throughout the year. So
really,
yeah, all you have to do is love a kitty
I'm
cat.
going to put it back down here so that the camera can get
just really
to
neat.
see that.
And you have your coasters that you do, and you do these in all different colors.
I do.
I've seen so many designs, and they're really neat as well.
And Georgia fans tend
Yeah,
to
the Georgia
be partial
fans.
to those.
But you didn't leave the Tennessee fans
No,
out.
no, not at all. Not at all.
For the Tennessee fans as well. Very pretty. I like it. I do like the Tennessee colors. I think
like
they're
that.
pretty.
I've done coasters with the same pattern.
Now, what could say "Go Tennessee" more than
Exactly.
that?
Your football parties and so forth.
And
That
'tis
was-
the season.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, this
That's
is
right.
true.
And then another holiday, she's got Christmas right here, which I think is a beautiful
Yeah,
piece.
that's cool.
So unique. I mean, it's so unique. And then I don't know if it shows up well, her pendant there.
The
around her
bacon and
neck.
eggs.
Yes, the bacon and eggs.
Bacon
I
and
think that
eggs
is the
necklace.
coolest little creation that she came up with.
Yes.
But now the pendants and stuff like that, you make all jewelry with this as well. And I know that we kind of stole your thunder a little bit back at Christmas when we had you make Christmas ornaments out of some of them. And that's what the incubator gave to the tenants for Christmas last year. But you know, the men folk in the building, they got it to where it could be used for a Christmas ornament. The ladies put them on chains and are still wearing them, and loved them, by the way. But what different kinds of jewelry do you make with the glass?
Really, right now, just pendants.
Just the pendants?
I've done some earrings, but I just enjoy doing the pendants. And actually, a lot of the pendants are made with small pieces of glass that were left over from larger projects. So I use everything. I have a grid that I cut on, and I will take tweezers and go into the grid to get pieces of glass out to use, you know, in the smaller projects. But I do that also with night lights. I think there's just a regular night light right there.
Yeah, I like that one. That one puts me in mind of being on vacation at the beach somewhere.
That's right. And I have one of these. They are very nice. Very nice. They look beautiful.
Well, I'll have to say, I've always been kind of a fan of the platters.
Oh, yes.
And I mean, like this one, for example, and you can see right through that, but the colors in it are so vibrant. And I suppose, you know, depending on what kind of glass you had at the time, you could make to suit.
Oh, sure. Sky's the limit.
Now, does it go this way or does it go this way?
It's totally up to you.
No, I've always been a big fan of the platters. So, and this one, you can even see the little bubbles and stuff in the glass, which I think just makes it that much neater.
You really have no control over what happens in the kiln. Well, most of the methods I use go up to 1,500 degrees, and it's always a surprise. It's like Christmas morning every time I open the kiln just to see what has happened.
So, and this is another one. Now, I suppose this would be for just everyday purposes, correct?
Sure.
Now, is this durable enough really to use every day?
Sure.
Is it dishwasher safe?
It is. I probably wouldn't just because I know all the work that went into it. But yes, it is dishwasher safe. It's food grade glass. I mean, it can be used just to eat on a daily basis.
Wow.
Sure.
That's cool. It'd be nice to be able to eat off something that's pretty every day, wouldn't
I
it?
have it in my cabinet. Don't touch it.
Yeah.
Don't even look at it because it's mine.
I love this
So
one
pretty.
too because of the little streaks in the back of the glass that you can see through the front. Now, did the glass start out that way, Kim, or did?
That was a piece of glass that that did have a design on it.
Oh, I see.
So
Okay.
I've learned so much. I kind of fell into this, and I've learned so much during the past almost 2 years. Actually, no, I haven't been doing I've been doing this for about 18 months, I guess. But this is a very interesting fact, and it amazed me when I first heard it. Glass wants to be 1/4 of an inch thick.
It wants to be.
It wants to be. So if you put, well, all the glass that I buy is 1/8 of an inch, so that I can cut it to the size that I want it to be after it comes out of the kiln. But if you put one piece of 1/8 of an inch glass in, it will come out much smaller than what you put in because it's trying to make itself 1/4 of an inch thick.
Really? So it shrinks up sort of
It
like a
shrinks
steak
up.
when you throw it on the grill.
Exactly.
It
If you
shrinks
put
up.
3 pieces of glass, it will expand. So you'll have a
Wow.
bigger piece.
That is cool.
A little glass fact.
A little glass trivia
Yeah.
for the
I had
day.
no idea.
Well, so when you're talking about the glass, is melting the right word?
It melts.
So
it actually, when it goes into the kiln, actually I have a little peephole So if I'm there at the right time, I can see things happen. But it actually melts. It gets white hot. It actually, if you look at the right time, it's white. You have to stop by sometime and peek in. But that particular piece, on the bottom, there's a piece of clear glass, and I cut the strips, the colored glass strips, and put them all together. Of course, clean them. If there's a fingerprint on it when it goes in, there's a fingerprint on it when it comes out. So cleaning is the most important part of all. But I put it in, and it comes out. That one came out flat. And so I had to put it in and do a different process and put it in a mold so that it fell in the middle.
So this one's actually been heated twice, then, is what you're saying.
Anything that has a shape, well, actually everything except for the coasters, they've only been in one time. But anything that has any sort of lift to the edges has been in twice.
Like on this one right here.
And that's the fused glass. The bottles have only been in one time.
So you really just basically answered the question that I was going to ask is the colors here, these are individual pieces of glass that have just fused together.
Yes. The mold that I use for that one is a 5 by 10 inch mold. So as much as I disliked math in my early years, I use it every day. I had to measure each piece of glass, each strip, so that the clear piece on the bottom, which was cut, the 5 by 10, each of those have to fit together to fit perfectly on top of that.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay, so the strips here, and you can see it a little bit better in this piece because there's a little bit of clear glass visible between the strips here and around the edge. Now, how is it that you get it to do that? Or do you know when it goes in what it's going to come out looking
like? I cut the pieces, I cut the colored pieces a little bit smaller than the square on the back. So, and it doesn't always work out the way I want it to.
I would imagine you get a few surprises when you go to open the kiln.
Go into the office in the back, and I'll show you some mistakes.
But it's a learning process.
Oh, definitely,
right?
definitely. And in the scheme of things, I'm relatively new at it. Like I said, I actually got my kiln about 18 months ago, and it's a learning process, but it's great fun.
I can imagine. A very creative thing, too. I mean,
right.
It would take some imagination, I would think, to be able to come up with all these ideas.
Well, some of the ideas don't work. You'll have to swing by, and I'll show you some of the ideas that didn't work.
But I think it's great. She's recycling this glass. She's in the waterways, you said, getting those pieces out.
Now, your waterways project, you're not limiting that to just here locally, right? I mean,
no,
your spies are everywhere, so to speak.
I have spies everywhere. I have a collection of things that came from Mouse Creek. That's kind of how I started. And those pieces, actually, some of them can be found at New Moon Gallery in Chattanooga, near Whole Foods.
Wonderful.
On Manufacturers Road. They were just pieces of broken glass that actually my husband, my son, and I picked them up out of Mouse Creek, cleaned them up. I fired them in the kiln to soften the edges and put sterling silver bales on the back of them, and now they're pendants.
Wow. And so you're cleaning and creating at the same time. That's wonderful to hear. Now, are you going to be bringing a line of the jewelry to Cleveland from other places?
I do. I actually have people searching the Potomac River. They can't find it. The Park Service in that area does such a great job of keeping the waterways clean that they haven't been able to find anything.
Wow.
But I have some pieces from the Gulf of Mexico, and I have spies all over the country that are searching for broken glass in the water.
But you heard it here first, folks. The Potomac River is clean. Okay.
I was amazed to hear that. But
really, that is remarkable to hear. But anyway, you are going to have product, though, from all over the country, coming from different creeks and waterways, as you call the program. So
I will.
That's wonderful.
It is.
Well, all right. What are your Christmas hours, and how does the body find you and your product?
Well, I haven't exactly set the hours yet, but you can call me 413-8715. That's 423-413-8715. And I'm happy to come in. If I'm not at the studio, I'll be happy to meet you at your convenience. You can see what's going on my Facebook page. Just look up Kim Curran Creations on Facebook, or go to my website, kimcurrancreations.com.
Wonderful. So several different ways to get hold of you.
Exactly. So if I'm not there, you can find me, and I will meet you there. I will have, and I'll pass this along to you later, I'll have my hours set a little later.
Hey, but that is customer service.
That's right, that's right.
That is customer service.
I've noticed a lot on Facebook, you know, you'll say, I'm in the studio today, stop by. So that's a great, you know, like your Facebook page, and that's a great way to know when you're in the studio.
I try to do that, and that's helped out a little bit. You know, people, they'll drive by sometimes and say, well, I didn't see your car up there, but, you know, all you got to do is just give me a call, and I can be there in, you know, 10 minutes.
Well, now, with that kind of customer service, let me ask you, do you do custom pieces for specific customers?
I do. I do. I've done a variety of things. I'm finally finishing up a project I've had for quite some time, some panels that go in front of a light fixture. I'm not going to tell you how long I've been working on those. They're very big, so it was a little intimidating, but I'm about to finish. I have one more process.
Well, now, with that being the case, let me ask you then. So if, you know, I have a bottle or a piece of glass that, you know, has some kind of special significance to me, I can bring it to you, and it can become one of these, for instance.
Sure. I don't want to do the champagne bottle from your great-grandparents' wedding or anything, but sure, you can bring a bottle by and look at the different molds that I have and pick out which one you want to use, just depending on the shape you want the bottle to be, and sure.
Okay, well then that begs another question then. If a person brings a piece of glass or a bottle or something like that to you to have something made, what is going to survive the kiln? If the bottle has any kind of paint on it, if it is etched, you know, if there is any kind of dyes or anything on it, what will survive the kiln? What could I as a customer expect to see come out if I bring you a bottle that has some kind of artwork or something on it?
Most artwork remains.
Really?
And we have some beautiful pieces that had paint on them. The color red will not stay. Sometimes, you know, if an orange or purple, you know, has a significant amount of red in it, then it alters the color quite a bit. There was one with an orange one I did just a couple of days ago, and it came out just a very light yellow where the orange was because of the red paint that was mixed with it.
Oh, man, really?
Sometimes,
so the red just kind of burns away?
Kind of burns away.
Wow. So you get to see what's mixed with the red anyway.
Sometimes if a bottle has a frosted appearance on the outside, that will go away, or might even go away partially, and that's not a really pretty look. But now some of those stay. Sometimes, so you just really don't know. I now know some brands that work and don't, so I could tell you, you know, if it's something I've done before. But no, it's most everything except for red. Most everything stays.
Well, and like there's a lot of Coke enthusiasts out there who like to collect Coca-Cola objects and things like that. So if I brought a Coke bottle to you, you're saying that the white writing of the Coke would stay, but the red would probably go away.
Well, if it's a newer Coke bottle that's painted with the red and white. But if it's an older Coke bottle that has the embossed logo on it, that's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. And I think I have one with me that I didn't get out here, but yes, that is absolutely gorgeous.
Well, maybe we could get somebody off stage to look and see if the Coke bottle's there.
Right there.
But there again, that's something else that I was wondering about. If a bottle has been embossed or if it has been etched, you know, is that going to survive the kiln? Will the etching still be visible, or would the embossing still be visible when it come out?
Most of the time it will, and it also, thank you, it also depends on.
Wow.
There's a spoon rest that was a Coke bottle. It also depends on.
Right there.
That is, that's cool.
That is really cool.
I don't know if you can see this on camera or not, but yeah, it says Coca-Cola right there. The embossing has remained. So
you can feel the ridges of the bottle.
You can feel it in there. So I mean, it may be repurposed now, but it's still a Coca-Cola bottle then.
Right, right. And there are a lot of people who love Coca-Cola items. But,
there are a lot of people who collect. So.
Sometimes the bottle will fall in a strange way, and it might cover the embossed part. Etched things usually stay. You know, a lot of etching is it's an acid that's used, so it stays there. But with this one, I couldn't have been happier. That one actually is already sold. I just haven't shipped it yet. I just wanted to bring it and share.
Well, that's cool. We are certainly glad you did, because right there it is, Coca-Cola. Well, now, let me ask you, is there any particular kind of glass that has to be used to make this happen. I mean, you know, of course you can't control what kind of glass is in a Coke bottle or any other kind of bottle, but for instance, would a crystal glass be something that you could work with?
It would. Really, the only rule with that would be not to. I couldn't use glass from that Coke bottle with the glass from the bottle beside it. Glass, in order for it to adhere and stay together, it has to be compatible. And even two Coke bottles might have been made at different places, and there might be something different about the glass. So
wow, that's
yeah, yeah. So I would never do that.
So if you had all right, to give for instance here, you know, my wife at one time and I hate to advertise for Dollywood, but I'm going to. At Dollywood, they had some folks there who were etching names into a glass, and of course, my wife had to have one for each of us in the family. Well, my son pulled one out of the dishwasher the other day. It was still hot, and he poured a very cold drink in it and cracked it. And of course, it has his name etched on the side. Would that be the kind of thing that I could bring to you and perhaps have it repurposed into something else so that I could keep it?
I could try. Now, I would definitely, if it was from the same piece of glass, I would do that. We don't know what it would look like when it came out, but
it would be a surprise, but hey, at least it would be a way to keep it, you know, because right now, of course, it's dangerous. I've set it up. I couldn't bring myself to throw it away, but, you know, there's a huge crack going all the way through the bottom and to the top, so that's something that I would love to bring to you. Well, one more time so that people don't forget, tell how to get in touch with you.
Well, call me at 423-413-8715. Check out Facebook, Kim Curran Creations, or go to my website, www.kimcurrancreations.com.
Wonderful, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to be ringing you up here very shortly, wouldn't you think, Stacey?
I would think so, especially, you know, great Christmas gifts.
Well, thank you so much.
It would be great Christmas gifts. Now, are you going to run any kind of specials or anything for Christmas? Do you have a special Christmas package we can come and pick
I
up?
will, and I don't have all of this together. I will say that I will soon be doing specials in the evening, like girls' night out, or if a Sunday school class. Right now, it's going to have to be small, but you know, if you wanted to bring your children, you know, and come spend a family evening together, and we'll choose what you want to make and let you do as much of it as you want to do.
Okay.
That sounds wonderful.
That sounds neat. Now, I got one other question.
Go ahead.
We might go over a couple seconds here, but you had listed fundraising, and I thought that would be a unique, great fundraiser for it.
Well, we did this last year with a group from Cleveland High School. They were taking a trip, and we just really did it with pendants. They could purchase pendants, take them out. They purchased them from me for $10 each. They took them out, sold them for $20, and they kept 10 for their trip.
Wow.
They could also send somebody into my studio and tell me who they were representing, and anything that person bought, half of what they bought went toward the student.
That's
so
great.
yeah,
That is.
so that helps some kids out with their travel expenses.
Right.
And I am open to doing that, you know, with other groups.
Okay. I just thought that was, you know, it's a unique item.
That
you know.
is. That
Places
is.
are always looking for that unique thing, you know, and this would be it.
Well, and for any guy out there that's wondering what in the world he's going to do for his wife for Christmas or anniversary or what have you, run by here. This is all beautiful enough. No lady would be disappointed.
No, absolutely not.
I'm thinking that Hurley might like that one.
I think he's
This one's kind of my favorite one here.
It is really
I
pretty, though.
definitely
It is
like
beautiful.
this one.
I'm like him. I like, you know, you see the little bubbles and things, and it's just really neat. Really neat.
Well,
I've yet to see a piece I don't like, though, of hers.
Well,
So
this is me
everything
too.
is just, you go in there and it's like, I don't know. There's so many choices.
There is so many
thank
choices.
you.
So many choices.
Well, I think that our director is wanting us to take a break.
I think it is break time. We appreciate you being here today.
Well, thank you so much for
sharing all of this with
being
us.
patient, like I said, and finally having me.
That's
Okay.
right.
Well, we'll
that's
just
right.
definitely have to have you back then.
Definitely.
Sounds good.
Definitely. Well, folks, go back and refill that cup of coffee, and we'll be back in just a few minutes to wrap up the day.
Wrap it up.
Town Americana, where trucks are big and bold. And a handshake is firm, and your word is gold. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens is a $2,000 drive. Maybe you're coming from here or here, doesn't matter. Buying a truck from Don Ledford in Athens will save you at least $2,000 bucks. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens, a $2,000 drive worth making.
I'll take that drive every time.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100.
Are you having trouble filing for disability?
Seems no one is concerned about your pain, the waiting, the denials.
While some representatives will meet with you in court, we will meet with you now to discuss your plan. We'll review with you the same file that the judges will see. Call us now, Social Security Law Center at Logan Thompson.
You're entitled to better.
This segment of Tennessee Valley This Morning is brought to you by Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland and 2120 Chapman Road, Chattanooga. For your next new or previously owned vehicle, make it Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, the better way to buy.
Welcome back, folks, and as we sat here talking, we realized there were so many things we forgot.
We need to check over here with Kim backstage because I heard glass just a minute ago. Everything okay over there, Kim? All right.
If not, she knows what to do with it.
And I believe Kim passed along a website for you to mention to everybody that she neglected to mention.
And I just forgot it.
Ooh-wee. I do believe that would be www.beaverdamUSA.com. Correct. See, I got it.
See, the USA was what I was forgetting. I was like, it was Beaver Dam something.
Well, I did too, so there you go. Oh, also wanted to mention that Brenda Gossett, she also neglected to mention, in the exuberance of being in my presence, I suppose, that she is going to be giving gift cards. Gift cards, she said. They are available, and that's at this event, correct? At the in Etowah.
At the incubator.
At the incubator too. Yes. Wonderful. The director always likes to hear that. And that you are going to be today at the Free Community Health Fair, and that begins at 9 a.m. It's going to be going on till 3. A lot of good things going on there. Definitely need to stop by if you have time this afternoon.
Absolutely. And remember the 9 to noon, because she's going to do those Bowen techniques.
9 to noon. She's going to try out the Bowen technique on you. Be there between 9 and noon, and Brenda Gossett herself will be there to take care of that.
That's right. So if you're in question of what that is or in need of that service, that's a great.
I think it'd be worth it to find out.
Exactly. Definitely.
Yeah, maybe you can tell Brenda, just say, "Oh, show me how that works."
That's right.
But that is going to be free, and the event itself is going to be a lot more than just the Bowen technique. There's going to be a lot of different health screenings: blood pressure, cholesterol, depression, memory screening, which me and Stacey are in line for that. You'll be able to see us there. Nutritional information, diabetic screening and information, which is important to more and more people all the time now. So definitely a lot of different services are going to be provided there. That's something that you should go and check out.
Definitely take advantage of it. You know, we like those words free.
I love the word free. I'm all about the free.
That's
you know?
right.
And where do you get medical services free
Right.
more these days? I mean, I'm sure that this would probably cost a fortune at a doctor's office,
Right.
everything that they're doing there,
Right.
because this is a long list. I mean, they've got a lot of different things that they're
Lot.
going to be screening here for.
Absolutely.
And I mean, this is at the 7th Street, across from the library at the City Hall, in the Fellowship Hall of the First Christian Church in Etowah.
In Etowah, yes.
So, I mean, it's going to be convenient to get to as well. So, they have counseling information, safety programs, and prescription disposal. I forgot to mention that. That's something that Stacey brought up at the first of the program. Prescription disposal facility is going to be on site. So definitely bag up all those bottles of old pills that have been in the medicine cabinet for eons and bring them by to safely dispose of those items.
That's right.
We've had 2 really great guests today.
We have. I'm very excited about. I'm always, you know, when we get new tenants at the incubator, it's exciting, and then to learn what these folks do.
Well, and especially with somebody as creative as Kim Curran and what she does there.
Definitely.
I mean, I can see Christmas gifts for a lot of people in that. Why are we talking so much about Christmas?
I don't know.
It's
just
September.
Because I know, but it's coming.
It's on the way.
Quick.
It's going to be here
I mean,
before
I hear
that we know
people
it.
saying, I've already started on my Christmas shopping. Now, I have not started.
Hey, but you know,
I am one of those right before, out there hunting.
you and me both.
I'm
I'm
bad
out
about
there
that.
right before. I guess as far as guys go, you know, I typify the guy that's out on Christmas Eve shopping for gifts for last minute. But,
Well, then call Kim.
Well, I was going to say, and that's such a neat idea, really, you know, for guys that, you know, like myself, who don't trust their own judgment when you're buying gifts for, you know, female relatives and whatnot in the family. But I could go to Kim, and I know that whatever I picked up, you know, whether it was jewelry or one of the platters or a set of coasters or what have you, you can gift that to anybody, and they're going to love that, you know.
Exactly.
So I definitely, you know, my wife I know is crazy about that stuff. So I can always go see Kim and pick up something for her that I know is going to be something
And if
that
your wife's
she'll
not
love.
happy, you're definitely happy.
Well, you know, I don't mind them myself.
There's
you know,
some beautiful pieces.
there are some beautiful pieces.
And the
As a
fact
matter
that
of
they're
fact, yesterday
repurposed.
morning, I kind of stopped by. I stopped by the Innovation Center every morning on the way into my office, just to see how everybody's doing down there. And I slipped into Kim's Bay probably to talk about the show today. And yeah, I saw a little something I just had to have. So I was the accidental shopper on that morning, but you know, I left with a bag.
And there's a lot of great businesses down there.
There are a lot of great businesses. If you haven't been by the Innovation Center yet, you definitely need to stop by just to see what's going on.
Right.
A lot of things going on down there, and at the main building too.
Right.
We bracket the college campus, but that's all the time we've got for today. It has been fun, but all fun
Friday
must
the
end.
13th.
This is true. So we're out of time. So James will be back with you next time. Come back and see us again. Until later, have a very pleasant day.